Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I am going to show you how to spot honeypot scams by going through real-life examples of honeypot tokens. You will learn how to check tokens for scams for yourself by completing a few practical checks. So let's dive into it. If you don't know what honeypot crypto scams are, then please check out our previous video, part 2 of this series, where we explained in detail what honeypots are and how they work. But just briefly, honeypot scams are crypto scams where buyers can just buy tokens but cannot sell them. Honeypots are by far the most common way beginner investors lose their funds. The first real-life example we're using today is called the Zero token. Let's say you hear about this token and you hear about how its price has been going through the roof lately. So you look it up and this is what you find. This chart. Now, where to from here? I strongly recommend that you look up the token smart contract address and paste that into one of the freely available contract scanners we highlighted in the first video of the series. For this example, we are going to use the contract scanners, Token Sniffer and BSCheck. Let's go to Token Sniffer for this and paste the contract address of this token. As I have mentioned before, you can get the contract address from CoinGecko or the token website if they have one. Here's another interesting thing you will find. It can be quite difficult to get results just by using the token name in platforms like CoinGecko, Etherscan, BSCScan, even Token Sniffer, as a lot of tokens have the same name. So just typing a name will give you a lot of results. This is why it's always handy to get the smart contract address. It's also a good habit to seek out the contract address, as by just going through that process, you can uncover a lot of things about a token. As you can see, Token Sniffer has highlighted a warning about this, and the scan did not pass the honeypot test as the token is not sellable. So this is a very obvious flag that this token is a honeypot. Token Sniffer also gives you another warning about the token contract's similarity with other existing smart contracts. Now, this is important as many scammers just redeploy the scam contracts under a different name. So similar contracts can be a red flag for rebranded scam contracts. In our case, when I cross-checked all the contracts flagged in this alert, they are all actually the same contract with different names, so most likely from the same scammer. So this contract similarity warning is an important one. Let's try another contract scanner, BSCheck. In BSCheck, we get a similar result with a honeypot box highlighted in red. I won't go through the code in this video. I have actually gone through this code and can describe the honeypot code separately if you're interested. Just drop in a comment below. But since this is a beginner series, let's leave the coding part out. Now, just completing these steps should give you a great idea as to whether a token is a honeypot. However, scammers can trick contract scanners as well, as I will show you later in this video. So I also want to show you how to spot other signs of a honeypot, especially for coins. I am going to introduce another tool for this, KuCoin. KuCoin is great for tokens on the Binance Smart Chain and for basically coins. I have placed the link of this below. Please note guys that I am not a financial advisor, so please don't take any of this as financial advice and do your own research. Trading in coins is very risky and significantly increases your chances of getting scammed. Please do your own thorough research before investing. Let's go to KuCoin and type in the contract address for the 0 token. And there we go. Now, what are we looking for? As we've mentioned before, in a honeypot, investors cannot sell their tokens, so this keeps pushing up the token price. So a great telltale sign of a honeypot is large green candles with very little red candles on the token trade charts. With our 0 token here, the trading chart is filled with large green candles. This attracts new investors with a promise of large returns. Let's check out the sell side. As you can see, no one is able to sell, so there is no selling activity on this token. In this case, potential investors checking out this token trading chart would be able to conclude very quickly that this is a honeypot and stay away. You can see how this would not work to the benefit of scammers, as they need new investors to keep the scam profitable. So scammers have gotten very clever with this. In order to prevent investors from detecting honeypots, they create and use dedicated wallets to simulate buying and selling activity. The intent is to deceive investors into thinking that the scam token can effectively be sold and is not a honeypot. So how do you spot this from genuine tokens? You can detect this by checking the trading records and checking if there are only certain wallets which can sell. You could easily find this on PooCoin. I think PooCoin has a paid feature which highlights all transactions from a wallet when you select it, but I am not a premium member, so this will not work for me. So I am going to show you another free tool that you can use for this. I am going to use a different token to illustrate this case, as the 0 token did not have any sell transactions. This token was called Netflix Inno. Let's type the contract address in DEX Tools and check it out. Now, what you need to be looking for is first the trading volumes, especially the most prolific sellers. Unlike normal traders, scammers will always start with tokens in their wallets that they receive when they deploy the token smart contract. They don't have to buy these tokens, as they receive them for free in their wallets when they create the token. Feel free to check out our second video for more details on this. So to make a profit, they need to sell these tokens. So they will always be the ones selling large volumes, but also they will be selling more than what they have ever bought, as they already possess these tokens from the time of contract deployment. So what we're checking for is prolific traders who sell a lot more than what they have bought. The really clever scammers will also simulate some buying here and there to avoid detection. So let's sort the trade chart by volume, then sell. Now, let's look for some prolific traders. We will look for traders who have placed over 5 trades as an example. As you can see, this one has sold significantly more than bought, so they are effectively dumping these on the market. So that's definitely a red flag, not just for honeypots, but for potential scams in general. Now, it is normal for developers to get some tokens as reward for their work on projects and sell them. However, if developers are constantly selling large volumes, then be careful. It indicates poor confidence in the project or something more sinister like a scam. As we can see here, we can see a constant stream of sell activities that far exceed the buying activities from certain wallets. The next thing you can do is head over to BSC Scan. BSC Scan is the block explorer for BEP20 tokens, while Etherscan is the block explorer for ERC20 tokens. So if your token is on the Binance chain, you would go to BSC Scan. If it is on the Ethereum network, then you would go to Etherscan. Once you are in BSC Scan, paste the contract address. If you see a bunch of warnings like this, then beware. It means that the transfer function is failing. You could actually skip all the other steps and just come to BSC Scan, but I find BSC Scan can be a bit overwhelming for beginners, hence I ran through the other steps. I will make another video on BSC Scan in detail and explain how you can use it to investigate contracts, tokens, coins, etc. So to summarize this section, when you come across a token, the steps you need to take as a minimum are: number 1, get the smart contract address. Number 2, screen the token through token contract scanners like Token Sniffer or BSCheck. Number 3, check the trading charts. You can do that in PooCoin or DEX tools as I have shown in this video. Number 4, check the sell transactions for suspicious activity. For example, where the sell volumes exceed the buy volume of the wallets. Number 5, head to BSC Scan or Etherscan and look for failed transactions on the transfer functions. As a beginner, by following these steps, you should be able to spot a honeypot scam. If you're still enjoying this video, then please give it a thumbs up. As a new channel, it really helps us out. Thanks guys! Now, I also want to show you how disdainful some scammers can be and why it is important that you pick up skills to identify scams for yourself and not just rely on contract scanners. Remember the Zero token we were looking at before? Well, this token was flagged as a massive honeypot a while ago. So when I started making this video, Token Sniffer rightly showed this as a honeypot scam. So the scammers took the scam offline for a while and no trading was happening on this token. However, recently, less than a month since it had been flagged as a scam, these tokens were active again, except that now they were not showing up as a honeypot. When I checked the smart contract, I could still see the honeypot code in the contract, except that the scammers have hard-coded the ability to switch on and off the honeypot code. So to trick the contract scanners, they enabled and simulated some selling. But you can see how this is dangerous and can get overwhelming for beginners. This is why I showed you all 5 steps, so you are not only relying on contract scanners. I reported this at the time, but let's see what happens. Hey guys, I understand that this is a lot to take in, so if you didn't understand anything, please drop in a comment and I can clarify. Now, on to some bonus tips to help you stay away from crypto scams. Number 1, you can subscribe to our channel. Our videos are made to empower investors with the knowledge they need to stay away from scams. Number 2, you can also follow reputed companies on social media as they provide a free constant stream of useful tips, latest scams, discoveries, etc. All for free. Number 3, if you have been a victim of a honeypot or any other scam, don't accept unsolicited offers for help online. These are most likely scammers trying to scam you again with the promise of recovering your lost crypto. So there you go guys, this wraps up our section on honeypots. Remember, honeypots are setups where you can only buy, but your selling is restricted. In our next video, we are going to explore another red flag from our contract scanners. If you want to know when we release the next video, then please hit the subscribe and bell button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Those were our token bites for today guys. Take care. See you next time.